Today's video is brought to you by ablmerch.com. Grab beer 1776, hats, t-shirts, stickers, mugs, and more through the link in the description box below. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors responding to the article about her and her real estate portfolio. Now, I've already done two videos about Miss Patrisse Cullors. The first one was about that $1.4 million home up there in Topanga Canyon, Los Angeles in the hills. All right, with a 1.4% black population, you want to be Black Lives Matter, quote unquote, woke and black artists and that and the third, but you go and get a $1.4 million house up there in the hills away from all the black folks. I did a second video about her real estate portfolio because it wasn't just that one house in Topanga Canyon. She has a house up there, also in Inglewood, somewhere in South LA, and also in Cullors, Georgia. And the Cullors house has a landing strip and a hangar. So a private plane can land straight right there in Cullors, which is about 45 minutes, half hour away from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, she has responded in a series of Instagram posts. Well, it's really one post with like 9 slides, and we're going to get into it. She's saying that the whole thing, the article from New York Post and other places, is being quote unquote hyped up by the media. It's defamatory, it's false, and it's not really real. So let's get into the response, and I'm gonna break down each of her points real quick. All right, now as you can see, here's a one post on Instagram with a few more posts. You see the little bullets down there on the bottom, and just so you know we're on the right page. Let me see if I can pull this over. That's her right there. Patrisse, and you can see her little thing right here. There's a false and defamatory article about me being amplified by the media right now, and I want to make some things clear. And there are no comments right here because they've been disabled, of course, because if you let them comments fly, it'll be a dumpster fire on her Instagram right now, and I'll link to this in the box. In case she deletes this, I have everything downloaded, so it's all good, and we're doing a video right now live. So here's the first one. The movement began as, and will always remain, a love letter to black people, capitalized black. 3 words, Black Lives Matter, serve as a reminder to black people that we are human and deserve to live vibrant and full lives. Okay, that's great, but what about all them houses you got that are worth, well, not worth, that you purchased allegedly for a total of $3.2 million? What about that? How about that? I've worked multiple jobs across many organizations my entire life. I'm also a published author, writer, producer, professor, public speaker, and performance artist. I did the video at first where I show her in the angel outfit. I'm not really sure what was going on there. It was kind of halfway nude looking. It was a little weird. But all the, construction debris, it was really strange. But we'll keep on going. I love my work in all of these areas, and I work hard to provide for my family. Okay, so strong black woman working real hard. Nothing wrong with that. If you're doing everything above board and everything is all right, nothing wrong with that. Aside from using Black Lives Matter, if you're doing that, because that's a very destructive force. Okay, you can't say you're working hard and doing the right thing when you have this destructive force behind you fueling your efforts. But keep on going. I am accountable to my community in pursuit of an abolitionist world founded in transformative justice. Okay, so your community includes guys like Hawk Newsom, the leader of Black Lives Matter New York, who's saying, hey, we need to do an independent investigation to see where BLM's money is going. So don't you owe him an explanation? And a lot of other people that are out there doing the so-called work on the ground that don't like what they see in the media right now as it relates to you and your organization, huh? I do not receive a salary or benefits from Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, period. Now let's pause right there for a moment. Who said that? In the article I read, it didn't say that she gets a bunch of money from that particular organization. Okay. As a matter of fact, the house I reported on at first, the one in Topanga Canyon for the $1.4 million, that was purchased through a corporate entity. Now, what entity is that? I have no idea. Was it BLM, GNF? Was it that? I don't know. It didn't say that. It could have been anything. See, so let's not get distracted by saying she doesn't receive a salary. There's a lot of ways to make money aside from receiving the salary from a particular thing. Like, let's say She does not get any money from Black Lives Matter at all, meaning directly from this organization that she quote unquote works for. You can go do a speech for like 30 minutes to get 100 grand. I've seen that. Bill Clinton, Slick Willie, as I call him, got like $500,000 to do a speech for 20 minutes in Russia. I may be a little bit off on the amount in the time, but it was right around that. Now, he didn't get that money as president of the United States. He didn't get that money as a government official from the federal government, but you're still getting the money. So let's not play these games, Miss Cullors. Keep on going. This effort to discredit and harass me and my family is not new, nor is it acceptable. It is taken away from where the focus should be, ending white supremacy. Okay, so we're taking the focus off of you and what's going on with what you're doing and hypocrisy and things of that nature to the white man. So when in doubt, blame the white man. Makes sense. So we keep on going. You may not like or agree with me. I've definitely made mistakes. I own up to that. I apologize for the mistakes I've made, and I work hard at practicing my abolitionist values. Now, I'd like to know, what have you done? Like, what do you consider to be a mistake? Because I don't know you at all. I'm not in your personal business in your life. I don't know what you have done as far as quote unquote mistakes, but can you elaborate on that or nah? Let's keep on going. But this is deeper than that. On top of these articles being full of lies, it's also dangerous. This doxing, attacking someone online by disseminating private information about them. Now, is it doxing? I mean, this information, is it private? Like, how hard was it to find out that you got these properties in your name or in corporate entity's name? Did somebody steal that from you? Is that doxing? When I think about dox, I'm thinking about putting out an address or a phone number or something like that. There was no address put out about you, okay? And if you want to be low and you don't want to have people knowing where you live or where your properties are, maybe don't get a house with a whole airport on it and a private hangar. You could store a plane, or maybe don't get a house up there in the hills where all the paparazzi be at. Okay, you're right in between Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, all the Kardashians, the Bruce Jenners. You right there with them talking about you want to be private. I mean, come on. But again, doxing is about your address, phone number. That didn't get released. So what are we talking about exactly? So let's not try to play the victim. It's harmful and it's scary for people and their loved ones, especially someone who receives death threats regularly. Well, look, you know what you're doing. You out there as a public figure. That's part of it. So you got to take steps to protect yourself and make sure that everything's all right. You got walls and everything in your property out there in South LA, at least. Not up there in the hills. That's a different story. So, I mean, that's just part of it. You a celebrity, you got to be able to, if you're going to be a public figure and make money from being a public figure, you got to be able to deal with it. I'm not saying it's right if people are threatening your life. Of course not. But you got to find a way to figure it out. And you talking about, life being threatened and stuff like that. I wonder how many lives of Black Lives Matter, whether it's your organization or other similar organizations, have threatened and or taken. But we'll move on to the last one here. To my fellow Black activists, you know what this is. We've seen this tactic of terror time and time again. I'll admit this is a scary time for me, but I will not let this be the moment that silences me. We still have work to do. So that is her response. I don't see any video or audio of her. All I see is the Instagram post talking about basically I'm being doxxed and I'm being harassed. Now, there was a statement that came out from BLM GN, the Black Lives Matter Global Network. Again, you got all these weird little names because you have, like I said in the article previously, a complex web of corporate entities. That's how a lot of these people operate. They don't really just say, okay, my company is Black Lives Matter LLC and I'm going to buy a house. They don't do it like that. Not at all. You got a whole legal team and they understand how to move money and, have these companies, these 501c3s and 504 and 501c4s. They know how to really do this stuff legally, but have, layers of protection and deflection. But we keep on going. In a statement provided to the Griot, that's where the story, I read it at, which is funny because the Griot is like this kind of, pro-black type paper ran by white liberals. But anyway, in a statement provided to the Griot, Black Lives Matter Global Network responded to the concerns regarding Cullors' earnings from the organization. Patrice Cullors is the executive director of Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. She serves in this role as a volunteer in a volunteer capacity and does not receive salary or benefits. Patrice has received a total of $120,000 since the organization's inception in 2013 for duties such as serving as spokesperson and engaging in political education work. Patrice did not receive any compensation after 2019. Now, they keep on going right here. I'm going to talk about this part at the end and then wrap it on up. To be abundantly clear, as registered 501c3, BLM GNF cannot and did not commit any organizational resources toward the purchase of personal property by any employee or volunteer. Any insinuation or assertion to the contrary is categorically false. All right. So great lawyer, great statement, but check it out. Nobody was saying that BLM, GNF, Monday Night Football, whatever. Nobody said that they are the ones that purchased the property or gave her the money to do so. I said it many times before. A complex web of corporate entities. I have no idea what they are or what they could be. It might be them. It might be something else. I have no idea. But nobody's saying that. The whole point is that if she doesn't get her salary from the place where she works and she only made $120,000 since 2013, then how do you get $3.2 million to buy 4 homes? And how are we trying to buy another one out there in the Bahamas where they range between 5 and 20 million? Where's that money coming from? You tell me. Like your man up there in New York, Ms. Cullors, Hawk Newsom, the leader of Black Lives Matter New York, one of your colleagues, not a conservative at all, one of your people, a fellow black man. You tell him where the money's going. You tell him how you got that money. Answer to your own people, not just me. I'm a conservative guy. You can say whatever you want about me, and that's fine. But answer to your own people. But beyond that, as I close, I hope people understand what's going on here with these organizations, okay? They tell you anything. They got lawyers on deck. This is not some kind of like, easygoing, philanthropic. That's not the reality of what's happening here. Not in the least bit. They're trying to get money. They're trying to get paid. That's all that it is. In my humble opinion, I'm not saying the only reason why she got to be part of this is because she was trying to get money. But the reality is that there's plenty of money being raised. I think Black Lives Matter got 90 million in 2020. And that's just one particular organization in a series of organizations that all are the same, basically. Okay. All in all, when you add everything up, Black Lives Matter, New York, Black Lives Matter, X, Y, and Z, you have a total of $10.6 billion that was raised after George Floyd died last year. So within the 6-month period during this pandemic, during that time, they raised $10.6 billion. So how many of these organizations that raised the $10.6 billion are linked directly or indirectly to Patrice Cullors? Which one of these was able to give her enough monies or pay for the property that she has in a real estate portfolio? Like I said from the beginning, if she were an honest person and a capitalist and non-destructive, I would have no hate. No hate at all, because she's doing the right thing. You're getting a real estate portfolio, you probably got stocks and bonds, and you got all your business together. You got your lawyers on deck. She's doing the right thing when it comes from a capitalist point of view. However, you have a destructive organization, and an ideology is very destructive. Removing the fathers from the home, no nuclear family. You want to defund the police. All these things are very destructive. You're talking about you're a Marxist. You're a trained Marxist, but you just engage in capitalism. This ain't nothing but Animal Farm, the book, in real life, in my humble opinion. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Patrice Cullors' quote-unquote response to the controversy? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I stand. I mean, I'm not surprised at what she said. This is pretty much par for the course, but we already know what time it is with these organizations. And that response right there is nothing that I did not anticipate. Okay, deflecting, talking about, I don't receive a salary. Okay, come on, stop. You can get plenty. You don't have to get $1 from any specific Black Lives Matter organization, but still make a fortune. You can make millions of dollars without even receiving a dime from a particular organization that's linked to Black Lives Matter. That's how this whole thing works. Okay, once you get up there into that really big money and you out there doing speaking engagements and tours and you striking these book deals and Netflix deals, that's how you get the money. All right. It's the same thing with Prince Harry and Meghan, or Meghan and Prince Harry, whatever you want to, however you want to order them. They're not getting money from the crown anymore, but they're still multimillionaires. How's that possible? Because of their status, because of who they are, because of what they know. Okay, because of their celebrity. You got deals over here, deals over there. You got people over here helping them, people over there helping them. That's how this whole thing works. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we hate the crown, but you still make money from the crown. And I don't want to hear that you didn't get paid from Black Lives Matter when you still get paid as a result of Black Lives Matter, as a result of the destruction and the mayhem and the carnage out there in the streets. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.